We are live. All right, Meal Prep Sundays with the DFAM. Hello, everybody. We have Ellie in the kitchen from Ann Arbor, Michigan. And tonight we're getting MEXY. My name's Margaux. This is Steve Drake in the house. And we have some of the best recipes for you tonight. We're going to be making them the next hour. We have Rodrigo's salsa. You are going to die when you taste this salsa. It is so good. Stevie was raised on it, and then I don't think it was around when Ellie was little, right?
We definitely grew up with it. I remember this recipe from heart.
Oh, good. Okay, well, Ellie and Stevie, it was the restaurant wasn't around when Teddy was a baby. We have Steve's famous Mexican bean dip. We have Steve's spiced taco meat. And then some cut veggies. We are going to be making all of this prep. I can tell you guys, it saves so much time, energy, and money. And it also helps you relax during the week. So I love saying meal prep and chill. Our family came together to inspire and uplift other families. And so we are starting with meal prep. Ellie, are you ready to go?
Yeah, but let's start off with a drink, shall we?
Oh, go for it. All right.
Okay, so I'm going to be making French 75.
French 75.
Yeah, this is how I do my meal prep. I don't know if anybody else does, but I know drinking me before.
I think a
Should
lot of
we
people
also
probably
remind everyone that you are of drinking age?
Yes, Ellie is 21.
All right.
This is an ounce and a half of gin.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little fresh squeezed lime juice.
Nice.
Only be fresh squeezed. Not fresh squeeze, it's not real lime juice or lemon juice.
It's lime product.
Lemon juice, a little extra because I like mine a little more lemony. And then some simple syrup, like a half an ounce of simple syrup. I like mine sweeter.
Do you make your simple syrup or do you get it from a store/restaurant?
I make it. Simple syrup's super easy. It's just half. It's
Cool.
Okay. And get your cool martini glass.
Oh, very nice.
And
Beautiful. All right. Now we might be ready to get started.
And then top with a little bit of Prosecco to make it extra good.
It's so weird. Your college experience is just like mine because I had all that stuff around my kitchen in Ann Arbor.
I think he's kidding. Ellie does work in the hospitality industry, so that is why she is great at making cocktails.
Good skills. Now, what's that? Lemon peel?
Lemon peel.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. All right, we got to get rolling.
All right. So
I'm going to turn the broiler on for you.
Broiler is going on. I think, Ellie, your broiler is on. Steve, will you tell them the story about what we're making tonight and this book?
Sure. So, there was a restaurant in our little town of East Grand Rapids, and it was called Hot Tamale. And Margaux, right when we moved there, we started going there, and we became good friends with the owner and the staff. And it was one of those things that we would go there 2 or 3 or 4 times a week. We were super busy. This was even before Stevie came along. And the Margaux, wait, how did it happen? Soon after Stevie was born, I think the restaurant closed, and his name was Rodrigo Pierce. He went to work for a super huge church and was in charge of all their food, which could have been like literally bigger than the restaurant. But we had him over to our house a few times, and he taught us to make a few of his recipes. So the biggest thing that we're doing today is his salsa. It's so good. That's why it's called Rod Salsa. And Margaux's going to make that. I'm making this super simple bean dip. It's one of the things that whenever the kids come home and I say, what do you guys want me to make for you? They always say, just make bean dip. Because it's kind of a communal thing. We just make it in a big pan and everyone scoops out of it and then you eat it. very simple to make.
Okay.
And my mom used to make it for me when I was in high school and college, and I just loved it. It's really easy. So I'll be making that. I'm actually making a version of it. Everyone that has the email has the recipe. I'm making kind of a simpler version. Oh, to make sure that you get the recipe for all this stuff, I'll put our little banner on there so you can have it right there. So you can text that phone number on the screen, and we'll make sure that you get the email with all these recipes. Okay?
Yeah.
So we'll leave that on there for a little while so you can jot that down. Then the third thing we're going to make is it's a taco meat, but really it's like the base for so many recipes that Margaux and I make for each other that we make 3 pounds of it, and then we put it in taco salad. We use it for our nacho meat. We use it for really fast tacos. I'm working on a super special recipe because I want to figure out how to make a really fast tortilla soup. So I'm going to probably this week come out with a little ghost kitchen menu of tortilla soup, but the meat is going to be this taco meat. So we're going to be doing all these things. And then the other food prep item that we always do is just cut veggies for the week, and it's super easy. Last week it was awesome, and we got through the week perfectly fine. So that's the story with all of our recipes, right?
So a couple of things. Number one is when Rod came over to teach us the recipes, he told me for the salsa, find the dirtiest cookie sheet you possibly have because it's the most well seasoned. So I have a really nice, beautiful, clean one. We are not using this. We're going to use this one. The recipe, if you read it, calls for a 9 by 13 inch Pyrex baking dish. That's so the juice doesn't spill all over your kitchen. Yeah, Ellie has that. So I just wanted to make sure hot tomato juice didn't fall in your kitchen, but I'm making them like Rod taught me on this. That's why it's important to tune in so you get the stories and the reason why. And then this has a sill pat on it, but it's very well seasoned, as you can see. You just chop the tomatoes, put them face down. First, we are going to put a little olive oil on the sill pat, and I just do that with olive oil and a brush.
Yeah, and I decided to use my Pyrex just because my college oven doesn't need any more of a beating. Doesn't need any liquid on it. It is pretty dirty right now. It's the lowest. You don't need a fire hazard in my house. As much as I already have one.
Good. All right, I'm going to start getting the turkey meat browning because by the time that's done browning, Margaux will have the salsa ready, and that's the key ingredient to this. I'm
going to put my tomatoes in the oven right now with oil.
All right, go for it, girl.
And I want to put the timer on for it. Anybody? Bueller? Timer?
Timer. Oh, well, do you want to set Alexa?
I don't know. I can put one on my own stove. How much?
Yeah. Put it on yours.
How long do I put the tomatoes in for?
Oh, just for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
If your oven is nice and hot, just about 10 minutes.
You guys, I use this Jenny O ground turkey meat. It's perfect for. Is that what you're using too?
Yeah, but I don't do 3 pounds just because I won't go through it as fast.
I know. That's good. But we just do ground turkey just because it's a little less fatty. You can use ground beef. When I do this, I don't have to deal with like getting the fat off of it or anything. I just leave it in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and brown this.
I like to put for mine onions and garlic in first, just so I get that little extra.
Nice.
Yeah, you know. I like to.
You got skills.
I do have some skills.
I'm gonna do that too.
I always use sea salt, and my recipes will call for sea salt. I just don't want any salt with anti-caking agents in it or anything weird like that. I just want sea salt. So that's what I'm sprinkling on the tomatoes. And then white pepper is something that I remember when we had this recipe when Rodrigo taught us this recipe, I had to go out and buy this white pepper because that was just not something that I had in the house. And when you eat this salsa, first of all, you guys are going to just die. Your eyes are gonna roll back in your head when you taste this. It's so good. And
it also makes a ton of salsa.
Well, I cut the recipe in half, you guys.
Because when I remember we made like a gallon of salsa.
The original recipe, I cut it in half for you guys because it's
gonna be a lot of salsa.
It's a lot of salsa. But
so cute.
When
Teddy found us on Facebook. She's
when,
watching too.
When he taught us this recipe, I promised that we would always say "Viva Rodrigo" when we were eating it. So think of him. He's an amazing
Have we said he's
man. He's an amazing man, amazing chef, dad, restaurateur, chef, veteran, hilarious, and
musician.
He is awesome musician. And he's playing the what did he play the banjo?
The mandolin and the banjo. And other instruments.
He's playing the banjo and keeping everybody fed in heaven now.
All right, we're going.
My onions are going right now.
Is that all we're gonna do? Is that all it takes?
Yeah.
So Stevie and Teddy found us too. They're watching.
We got a full fam on right now.
The whole fam is on.
So all of my produce is already pre-washed. I just didn't want to take the time to do that while we were live.
I also kind of like pre-cut at least like the top of the onions and everything. These recipes are so quick. That's why I love making taco noodles from meal prep. Just 2 seconds to make, and it will last for the longest time. I remember when Teddy was here in Ann Arbor during the summer. She spent like all summer here with me, and I made her bean dip for her last day, and I ate it for like 600 weeks.
I remember that.
Because it's just comfort food. It's
like a hug. I don't know, in our family at least.
It is. It's so good. We always just want bean dip. Easiest recipe.
That's it. I always ask to make other stuff, and you guys always say just bean dip.
Bean dip. So we are going to make, aren't we going to make a big pan of it and freeze it?
No, we're making a small one.
And then we're going to freeze it?
And we're going to freeze it.
Okay.
Yeah. We tested it this week, and we've got like.
We had lots of bean dip.
We've got too much bean dip right now.
So
we're going to freeze it and take it to Margaux's mom, I think, right?
Or we'll freeze it and keep it for when the kids come home.
Does bean dip freeze well?
I don't know. We got to try. All right, so we can't forget about those. Do you want to set our ALEXA? All right, now we are doing the garlic, white onion, jalapenos, green onions, and a food processor. So you guys, when I write the recipes out, I always want to make sure it's the easiest, most efficient way. So I really take a lot of time to make sure I'm giving them to you in the right steps that is going to make your life easy, because that's what this is all about. So with this, you'll see that one of the steps of the food processor is don't bother cleaning it, because when you get to the final step and the tomatoes that are nice and basically broiled tomatoes, it'll clean out your food processor. It will clean all this stuff off of it.
Then what is it? It's garlic, onion, and cilantro?
Yep, 3 cloves of garlic, 4 green onions.
Ellie, don't you have the recipe right there in front of you?
Not that many electronics to hold up in front of my face. I was trying to follow you guys.
I know. I have okay, I'll tell you. It's 3 cloves of garlic, 1 medium white onion, 2 jalapenos seeded and cut into chunks. So I always, because you're putting things of different sizes in the food processor, you kind of have to get them all the same size if you want them to be the same size in the end.
I'm also blending mine, everybody, just because I do not have a food processor. I have the oldest blender possible. I don't even know. It's a black and...
Hey, Ellie, guess who's on? Genevieve, your old babysitter.
Genevieve.
Hi, Genevieve. Thanks for joining.
How much onion?
Who?
1 medium white onion. So you can do half of a big onion. That's what I'm doing.
And then jalapenos, I'm going to keep the seeds in mind because I like my spicy.
And Ellie, when you're talking, because you don't have AirPods on, you have to look at the camera so we can hear you better.
Okay. I'm putting
Teddy Drake's comment from East Lansing, Michigan.
it's just those three things. And
We're gonna process 3 times. The first time is with the garlic, white onion, jalapenos, and green onions. So we do that.
All
right, I'm gonna mute and then put that.
So is it almost done?
I don't know, you gotta look at the tops. There's all sorts of challenges that we weren't foreseeing, like blowing fuses with all of the lights and all of the kitchen equipment and setting smoke alarms off. We live in the top floor of our building and it's so windy here now.
Yeah, we can open the door, but the door might get torn off the building.
It's so,
I'm having a crisis. I need help.
we're hoping.
My blender isn't working. What do I do?
Why?
Ellie, just chop it.
No, I don't want to. How about some liquid? Will liquid help? Like some lime juice?
Well, you add
Yeah, put some of this in it, Ellie.
you add tomato juice to it at some point.
I'll put lime juice. I think it's this this.
All right,
Mom, it's the blender from California.
you're on your own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it is Ellie's
That's
recipe.
That's for like ice.
Oh, I don't have anything else, you guys.
Oh, you can hand it, chop it, or put some of the tomato juice in. Yours is just going to be a little more chopped. That's all.
It's a little more like a smoothie, so we're just gonna
Okay. Hello, all of the live viewers. We have Suzanne Osborne. She's a Wolverine with us. Teddy Drake, Genevieve. We have Stevie Drake. We have Beth Horton in the house.
So cute. We weren't sure if this thing was gonna happen tonight because of all the crazy things going on. There's this huge windstorm in Michigan right now, and literally, the last time I checked, 200,000 homes don't have electricity. We thought for sure it might be the Drake home. The governor is announcing some news tonight.
So if I you for a second because I have people walking through the kitchen.
I can't hear her.
That sound.
What?
I just said I'm in a house with 5 other girls, so if I have to mute, it's because
Oh, that's all right. Just tell them all to say hi and introduce themselves.
They've got to come and say hi.
Oh shit. Is that okay?
Perfect.
Is that done?
Do a food cam. Put it on the top and do a food cam.
Done?
Yeah, they're done.
all right, my tomatoes are done and my onions are good, so I'm gonna put them into start browning.
We need to get Ellie AirPods.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm apologizing. Should I just keep screaming?
What?
Should I just keep screaming?
Yeah, and definitely look at your computer so we can hear you. Dad's getting the food cam all set up.
Okay, my tomatoes are done.
You know, it's when we turn the fan on, can you turn the fan off now?
I
Or
don't
no?
have to I like them to be, so I'm gonna put my tomatoes in for a little bit more.
Our tomatoes are done.
Mom, don't you want the tomatoes to be like decently cracked?
Yeah, Dad's getting the food cam all queued up, but he'll have it live in a second. He's pulling it up.
How bad is my microphone? Somebody tell me. Somebody, Teddy? Is it bad?
What?
Is my microphone that bad?
No, it's just echoey. You're fine.
There we go. We got the food cam going, friends.
All right, this is what these things look like, you guys.
Oh yeah, I need a little bit longer.
Yeah, I left them in just
Tomatoes?
those are tomatoes. I left them in just a hair too long, but that's okay. They're just really roasted.
Wait, is that 10? The recipe calls for 10 tomatoes.
Say it again, Ellie.
The recipe calls for 10 tomatoes, yeah?
Yeah, but you reserve 5 of them.
Oh, yeah.
So it's okay. It's okay if you roasted them all.
So this is jalapeno and onion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Guys, mine looks like a smoothie.
So what you gotta just make use of what you have.
It's still gonna taste good regardless. I'm still gonna drink this.
So now we are remove the contents of the food processor, but rinse the food. Do not rinse the food processor with water. Next, fill the food processor bowl with cilantro and pulse until mixed.
Remove the contents.
So
You gotta stay with me. Remove the contents of the food processor.
cilantro is next. You're just going to have to chop this by hand, mince it by hand. You're not going to be able to put that in your.
It'll do. It'll do. Look at that cute little cilantro fruit. We're doing wonders here.
I'm getting to the point I need salsa, people.
And then also, if this isn't what college looks like, I got this house. They're completely broken. I'm gonna grasp it out of I like a lot of cilantro too. I actually made at Ashley's, the place I work at Arbor, I made the rest of the salsa there. We had to redo everything because all of our little papers were expired. Like we had to redo all the recipes for salsa. And I was like, don't worry, guys, I got this. Like, fix it a little bit how I like it. And people have been eating that salsa. And then we put this in the bowl.
Yep, the cilantro goes in the bowl. Now you don't have to rinse the food processor out because we'll be doing that with the tomatoes in a second.
Okay, a comment about this taco meat, you guys. You also can make it. We eat paste salsa in our house.
By the gallon.
But no, actually not that much. But that's another way that you can make this taco meat. The reason that I do this, I started doing it, is if you ever looked at one of those envelopes of like Ortega taco meat, there's so many chemicals and stuff. The seasoning, not the meat. There's just so much stuff in it, and even the low sodium has a massive amount of salt in it. So we just started doing it this way. It's salsa and then 3 other things. I put paprika, chili powder, and cumin. It's kind of a lot of cumin just to give it that, southwestern taste. So it's very easy to make this, even if you don't want to make the salsa. Just do it with like store purchase salsa. It's really, really good.
So now the next thing that I'm throwing in the picture of the food processor is the bowl of the food processor. I'm taking the 5 reserved Roma tomatoes, quartering them and throwing them in. This is going to take some of the cilantro off the sides. I spooned the cilantro out already, but this is going to clean up the bowl a little bit. And then while we're doing this, the Roma tomatoes are chilling a little bit because you don't want to handle them when they're so hot.
Can I put them in there or do you have to cut them?
I have to do these and then do those.
Oh, you like one this one? Okay. We're gonna have this done.
We are gonna have this done so fast. So Ellie, if you can talk into the camera, talk about some of the jobs that you had growing up. As you were getting older, the different things that you did. Because Stevie was sharing some of that last week, and I think that will help parents with young kids be able to delegate some of the responsibility and also teach their kids how to make good food in the process.
Actually, I'm trying to think. So I remember there was in the house there was a garlic chopper. Was that Stevie who chopped garlic?
That's right. You were the one that peeled garlic.
No,
it was a peeler. It was a garlic peeler. No, I think that was Stevie who peeled garlic.
Teddy peeled garlic. Somebody juiced.
I don't think Teddy peeled garlic.
Teddy peeled garlic because then she got me the egg.
Juice lemons. I don't know what I did. That was cool.
Ellie, you were the one that when we were working outside, you would go in and like make an entire meal for us.
Oh yeah, I was considered inside ops.
You were a very useful child.
That because of gender roles. But I am very good at domestic things, which is frustrating.
So is that why you never want to do domestic things?
Yeah, you guys traumatize me so much that I just
Like you fight that image. I can do it, but I don't want to do it.
Well, the thing
I'm really good at it, but it's just so frustrating.
Ellie, we lived in a very bike friendly for little kids area. So when the kids were old enough to ride their bike into town and go get ice cream, they were also old enough to ride into town with their money and a backpack and go grocery shopping. So that was a kind of a cool job. And then when Stevie got his moped, that made it really easy.
That was a whole nother world.
That was a whole nother world.
It was so funny. I remember being like 17 years old, going to pick up groceries, like a full shopping cart full of groceries. It was so normalized to me because I think the youngest I was when I was going to groceries was like 10 or 11, riding to the grocery store, which is probably like half a mile away. To go pick up groceries in my little backpack. And one of my friend's moms came up to me and she was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm going to pick up groceries." And she was like, "You pick up groceries for your family?" I was like, "Yeah, like, is that not normal?" And I had like a full grocery. She's like, "If I ever asked my girls to do that, they would be so mad at me and they would never." I was like, "Oh, wonderful."
Well, for me as a mom, I wanted to teach my kids when it was appropriate to self-advocate, to be able to talk to adults, ask a question, where can I find this, that, or the other thing? To be able to navigate through a grocery store is a pretty important life skill to have. To know where your food comes from, that it doesn't magically appear on the table at the end of the day. I thought all that was really important to teach the kids. And then to also be in charge. What do you want to eat? What do you want to make? Like, have them help with that decision. What are you good at making? Okay, let's make that. If that's what you know how to make. And
What was my first meal I made, Mom? What was my first meal? And this is the funniest story. My first meal. When you asked me to make something, you asked me to make some like vegetables, what did it end up making? And I was like 7 years old.
what did she say?
What did you say?
I said, what was my first meal I ended up making? When I told you I was gonna make dinner when I was like 10 or 11.
It had to have been a salad.
No, it was lasagna.
Lasagna?
You gonna make like cut up vegetables, and you come home and the entire house is smelling like it's not even. It was gluten-free vegan lasagna, and I made it. And you guys were like, what?
Girl,
All right, do you want to get the food cam? This is so good.
I just did. I showed everything.
Okay. So, because a lot
Are
of
you
people,
done like blending?
a lot of people last week were asking to see the food. So I just blended up the stewed tomatoes, giving them, the roasted tomatoes, giving them a few minutes to sit on the top of the range to cool down so I could actually touch them. And then the other thing that's really important to do is to pour the juice, whatever juice is in the pan, on the cookie sheet, in the cooking dish, pour it in the salsa. That's all good stuff.
All right, we'll get the food cam going again here because you're about to add the tomato juice, right?
So another important thing that I talked about last week, I'll talk about it every week because it's so important, is to clean while you are working so you can sit down and enjoy your food at the end of the day or at the end of the session and not be in a dirty kitchen. Now, this is a half cup to a cup of really high quality tomato juice. This is Knutson's organic tomato juice. And we're gonna just start with a half a cup so the salsa is more chunky.
You guys, my salsa is looking a little like soup.
Did she say does it look like soup?
Yours is a salsa smoothie.
Oh yeah, yours probably is a little more soupy.
Yum.
And the other thing is when you are cleaning as you go, stuff doesn't seem to be get as stuck all over everything. Look at that, you guys. That is gorgeous. It smells so good. So the last thing that we're going to do is season it with some sea salt.
What? Oh, ow. You guys, like I'm controlling my mouth. I'm not saying anything.
Oh my gosh.
You guys, this smells so good.
Mom, what's your favorite meal to cook?
Favorite meal to cook?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
That's a trick question for Mom.
Nachos.
That's not okay.
No, to cook.
Your own favorite personal meal that you cook yourself. Because we know that Dad makes nachos in the house.
I think you just caught
You know what I love to make? I love to make my chocolate chip cookies.
Here, let me taste this.
And the reason why is because it's so simple. Is it good?
So good.
This is literally soup. Mom, this blender
Wow, so good.
so good.
So you guys, I want you to make sure that you read your whole email because at the bottom of the email with the shopping list, I always give a few extra things to buy. And it's because during the week, you're going to use this food in a whole bunch of different ways. And so this week, the extras are salad greens, romaine leaves for lower carb lettuce wraps or taco boats, avocados, because I am going to show you how to make the fastest, most amazing guacamole in 1 second, tortillas, corn or flour, tortilla chips, and some shredded cheese. And then think about all the combinations and permutations you can make all week. And if you follow me on Instagram and coming soon on TikTok, so you might as well just go over and follow me on
TikTok.
Both places, I am going to be churning out different ways to use what we're making on Sunday all week. So you want to make sure that you stay tuned in and plugged in.
Ellie, we're going to do TikTok dance.
Guys,
It's going to be really cool.
I don't know that I'm going to be dancing, but
I see you. How much
You would have put another jalapeno in it.
juice was I supposed to put?
All right, I'm going to put about a cup of this salsa in the meat with those 3 other ingredients: the paprika, cumin, and chili powder.
Okay, I'll do that too. Can you guys hear me? I feel like you guys can't hear me. I don't think I'm having a conversation.
we can't
echoey.
hear you very well. We definitely need to work on some AirPod situation for you.
Well, AirPods are not.
Stevie sounded perfect last week.
I'm sorry, I can't be Stevie.
No, he had his AirPods on. Ellie, you're gonna get a free pair of AirPods out of the deal.
Poor kid. She's got martini glasses, but she doesn't have AirPods.
Okay, you know the story of this martini glass. It's not just like that. Actually, my whole like change about one stuff. I stole it from my neighbors. This is actually the cross street people. When I asked them when we were moving out, I was like, "Can I have these?" Yeah, the parents got this for us, and you can have them. I was like, "Cool."
AirPods are like the best thing ever.
So you guys, it's 6:34. We spent about 5 minutes talking about hot tamale and Chef Rodrigo and how amazing what amazing memories we have of him. So basically in 30 minutes, we made an awesome spiced taco meat and an amazing fresh homemade salsa. I love it just like this when the tomatoes are still a little bit warm. When I use it at home after I've made it the first time, I always want to take it out and bring it up to room temperature before I actually eat it. Steve has put a cup into the taco meat, and then we are totally fighting on whether a cup should go into the beans. I say a cup should go into the beans. He's saying no.
I think the beans would get too soupy.
So if you guys try this at home, let us know which way you went, and tell us if you're Team Steve or Team Margaux.
Or if you guys want to be Team Ellie, mine's like soup.
Yours is good. Just drink it. Ellie's new Southwestern fresh raw tomato soup. So I'm also making the bean dip right now, you guys. I used to mix all of the beans up in a pan and then spice it. I don't even do that anymore. All I do is put the beans in the pan and I sprinkle the seasoning over it, and I put the cheese over that and the onions over that and then the jalapenos over that, and that's all we're gonna take it. After you cook it in the oven, when it's time to eat it, then you put chopped lettuce and chopped tomatoes on it, and that's it. So good. So what I'm gonna do tonight is because we're not gonna heat it up, I'm just gonna show you what it looks like prepped, ready to go, okay? So for an 8 by 8 inch pan, I put a can and a half of refried beans. We use vegetarian beans. These are, and the only difference is like true refried beans, they use lard in them. These are 16-ounce cans of refried beans. So a can and a half goes in an 8 by 8 dish. If you've got a bunch of people coming over, just do like the 13 by 8.5 dish. It's like that typical lasagna size. And then put the 3 cans in there, and that's perfect.
So what are we gonna do with the half a can of beans?
How are you guys going so? Oh, you guys are 2 people. You guys need to chill out. I have one person.
All right. We're getting to the end of this, you guys, and we're going to be done.
I know. We've got to clean up and make some guacamole. So Steve wanted the salsa a little spicier because when I was talking, I forgot to throw in the second jalapeno.
That's why.
So I'm hand chopping it. You make mistakes and you go back and you fix them.
So I just put more of it.
I'm not going to eat salsa. Do you have a way to get the beans out of the container?
Pardon?
Like a sexy way to get the beans out of the container?
Oh, it's to get the. How do you get the beans out of the container?
Oh, I can't say on the air.
Teddy, by the way, said Ellie is being very G-rated.
I'm being good.
I know, so thank you for that.
Okay, guys,
this is a family show. All right, you guys, I made the salsa a little bit hotter.
Just use a knife, Ellie. It'll come out. And I'll show you how to do it when you come home.
Have you guys seen the videos of people putting like beans bottom down on the stove and like the heat pushes the beans up?
That's so good. That's like better than your last batch.
You guys,
You guys can't hear me at all.
I know. Well, that's because you need AirPods.
Well, or you guys should listen better.
So if Apple would like to sponsor us,
Or you guys listen better because I'm screaming right now. Voice matters. I have way too much to say. I don't get to socialize that much.
all right. So that is all the salsa that we made. It's a fun, and here's what I want to tell you about the salsa. It will only last, I mean, it's definitely
5 days. Max.
best day of or next day. You can get 3 days out of it. 4, it starts to taste a little watery. You need your, are you getting your cam?
Teddy, does this look familiar to you?
What is that?
Nothing. Only Teddy will know.
Cosette is in the house. Teddy Drake is saying, Ellie, we can't hear you too well.
How the heck am I supposed to?
Everybody enjoying having, if you guys joined us last week, tell us how things went this week. I like the calmness factor is so huge for me during the week. To have all the food done, you know exactly what you're eating.
Can you hear me?
Ellie's getting earphones.
Can you hear me at all?
So much better.
Shoot. I only have like...
Oh my God.
Just don't pull your computer off the ledge or wherever it is.
Okay, maybe I might move this computer so I can communicate. Because I want to talk to you guys. I don't get that much socialization.
Ellie, that's a ton better.
And I do want to be heard. Okay. Here we go. Oh, you can just see my dirty kitchen. Sorry.
Kaylana is in the house. We have K-Nato.
Can we please talk? Because I don't get socialization and I want to talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Now you guys can hear me. Hi. How are you?
Hi. How are you, sweetheart?
Good.
I think I'm jealous of your drink. It looks really good.
It's so good. And it feels really good to have like nice drinks. That's what I realized in college. I'm done with all of the shitty, I'm sorry, all the gross beer, gross cheap wine. And
in your potty mouth.
If that's the first swear word.
That's
And
okay. All right.
Put a quarter in the jar.
You guys, we are very sorry. Ellie's going to put a quarter in the jar.
that was my big rule today.
That is actually the real DFAM, though.
If you could hear the real DFAM, you guys would be shocked. Anyway, I realized good drinks are so much better because you can sip on them. Chugging alcohol is just not good. You need to sip on nice drinks. You get nice Prosecco, nice gin, and everything is good.
Ellie, for the people that are just tuning in, because we do have some new live viewers, tell them what you're making. We have Sonia Rodriguez is saying quality top shelf items.
Quality. I made oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to, so you can't get it all. You can't see me or you can't hear me, but we're just going to do a mix between two. I made a Front 75 with Bombay gin and then simple syrup made for my restaurant and fresh lime juice and then this really nice Prosecco that my roommate gave me. So.
I'm drinking a cerveza.
So, you guys, it is 6:43. We have just a little bit over 15 minutes for this hour. Look at everything that you're creating in such a short amount of time.
Also, for my bean dip, I like mine a lot. So I put a ton of cumin in mine and a ton of chili powder. And I put a ton of jalapenos because I love my I used to stress eat jalapenos before exams. At Michigan, we used to have like a nacho bar that had just a ton of pickled jalapenos. I used to just binge eat those right before an exam, and my stomach was not happy.
I can imagine.
I mean, I'd do the exam well, and then like 2 hours after the exam, my stomach would be like, "You deserve this."
My tummy's upset. I don't know.
I wonder why.
So, you guys, if you did not see the white pepper, as I was using it, this is McCormick's white pepper. I bought this one because it comes with the grinder integrated, which
All right,
I like.
click the food cam.
What was I supposed to use the red onion for? Gosh.
We are going to the food cam. Is add to stream. Food cam.
All right, you guys, this is what this thing looks like. So all you're gonna do, so it's got the spices are on top of the beans, and then cheese on top of that, and then jalapenos and onions.
It's not loading yet. It's still working on it.
Oh, it's taking a second?
Yeah, I'll tell you when it gets on.
Oh, I can see it on my. I can see.
I can see it now. I can see it now.
But then what we do is we'll put this in the fridge until it's ready to go, and then you chop like finely chopped lettuce and tomatoes, and they'll be cold on top of it after it's heated, and it's so good. Then you just scoop it and just eat it with tortilla chips. Awesome. All right, let's go to our meat.
Tortilla chips or corn tortillas, little warm corn tortillas, put it into that. Or if you want the low carb version, use your romaine. Use your romaine leaves.
So this just what I also do when I add the salad. I add about a half a cup of water to this, and then just let this cook off. So all of this liquid will be gone, and you'll be left with the best Southwestern meat. You know, it's taco meat, but we just use it for so many things.
Okay, I'll show you where I'm at, you guys.
What?
I'll show you where I am. So, how do I do this? Ready? Okay. Yeah, we'll just cut it out.
Food cam.
This is our meat.
Nice.
I didn't have to add water to it because my salsa was very soupy, so it just kind of absorbed with it. And then this is the beans, and I did use the salsa I made. It's still heating up. I added a bunch of, I added a ton of cumin because I love cumin on it. And then I did add cilantro to the beans just because I like cilantro in it. And then if you guys want to see my sad excuse for salsa, it still tastes the same, but it's really soupy. It looks more like gazpacho. Probably not even. Gazpacho is probably a
You just say it's a gazpacho recipe.
Yeah, but that's where I am at right now, and that's like it took how long? 46 minutes to do all this.
Yes.
And I'm gonna have food for the rest of the week. I get to feed Jack and everybody. It's gonna be I could feed people.
How amazing is that?
Yeah, Jack was excited that I was like, yeah, we're gonna have food that we don't have to like order any food. He was like, oh, good. I miss eating at home.
Oh, wait, that's a really good point. So let's talk about the money that you save with meal prep and how, when you decide to order a meal out, how much it costs.
Yeah, so right now it's like really hard for me to do everything. Meal prepping has been really difficult just because I work sorry, I spilled salsa on my DFAM shirt. I work 5 days a week, and I am a full-time student, so it's really hard for me to meal prep every day, and I work on Sundays until 5, and Sundays are normally like my meal prep and like get ready for the weekdays, but I have not been able to do that lately. So when I got all these groceries, it was $100, plus I got chicken breasts and lemons and parsley and potatoes just in case I wanted a different meal later this week. But it was only $100 to buy all of this, and I know this is going to last me for longer than a week. And also, I'm not going to just feed myself. I'll feed the other human being that I basically feed.
So let's talk about the one meal you ordered this week and how much it was for one meal.
Oh yeah. So this on what day was it? It was Sunday. I woke up, and it was the day after I was studying the night before, and I like was shaking when I woke up in the morning, and I realized it was because I barely ate the day before because I was studying all day. I drank like coffee and just caffeine was in my system, and then I woke up shaking. So I was like, I need something in my system fast, and like I ordered breakfast from somewhere. It was $40 for breakfast. Granted, it was a larger breakfast. I ordered like 3 different juices so I could get like a ton of sugar in me. It was bad. And both my parents texted me and they were like, $40 for breakfast, come on up. But I needed it at that moment. So, but if it's that much cheaper to make a ton of food for the entire week, then I'm there for it.
Look at that, $100 for food for a week or more, or $46.75 for one meal.
Okay, it wasn't $46.75. It was $40. It was like $36.75.
$46.75. Okay.
It was not.
I'm going to show you how to make the fastest guacamole. This is a bonus for sticking with us this far. Thank you to all the live viewers. So this you have to be really careful with. You want to make sure. You want to make sure you, first of all, get a really perfect avocado. Do you want to talk about that?
You gotta stay in
the avocado.
Okay, if you ever want to know if an avocado is fresh or not, you look at this little stem, and you pull this little thing out, and if it's still green right there,
it's not up yet. It's not up yet. Wait a second.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. There you go. It's up now.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so you pull this thing out, and if it's still green right there, the avocado is still green and it's not brown.
This one's pretty good.
Do you add paprika to the beans, Dad?
Yeah,
Yes.
paprika, cumin, and
Butter.
and chili powder.
All right, and this way you have to be very careful. You have to hold it in your hand. You go very gently. You do not go through to your hand, and you slice horizontally or vertically, and then you slice horizontally. Then you use a spoon to scoop it out and throw it in the pot.
Okay.
And it's so hard for me to throw these veggies like in the trash because
To take you guys.
I used to compost. We were so good at composting at our other house. Okay, and this one you have to be super careful. You do a quick hit with your knife, and then you turn it sideways. You want to keep the pit because the pit does keep the avocado from oxidizing. And then you want to do the same thing to this, vertical, horizontal.
I think that pit thing is urban legend.
No, it's
because
not.
I've heard some people say
Yeah.
the guac is BS. So I don't know.
All right,
Holy cow. So much salsa,
we have
you
9
guys.
minutes to get through some chopping of veggies. We have most of the kitchen clean. We're making some guac. I guess I know what we're going to have for dinner tonight. It's going to
Oh my
involve.
gosh, I have so much salsa.
I'm going to take it out of this one because this one's so full.
This is how much salsa. Ah! Okay, I need to.
This is how much salsa I have.
Your roommates, you're going to be very popular in your house. All right, you guys, I'm just taking a quarter of a cup of the salsa and I'm putting it into the avocado.
Perfect.
How awesome is that?
So you guys, with all these, we need help on all the different combinations of things we can make because we know what we do, and I'd love to know what other people would do with all these like building blocks for meals. Because you could do like huevos rancheros, you could do tacos. So we always have
Naked
tortillas,
burritos.
corn and wheat tortillas in the house. We always have what else? Romaine lettuce that we do with that.
Chips, if you want to make like nachos or something.
We make nachos.
Yes, I used to make this all the time. I'm sorry, I don't have my headphones on, so I'll scream. Used to be my normal meal prep. Let me put my headphones on.
Wait, we have to do this.
This used to be my normal meal prep, just making like beans and rice. I used to make like rice with this too. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you well now.
Thank you. And I used to make like tacos, burritos, huevos rancheros. I used to make everything, and it would last for so long. I don't know what.
Very good.
It's so good. It's so easy too. Also, you guys might. Oh, sorry, Mom. Go ahead.
You guys,
Oh,
just in case you didn't see what Steve was doing, we added a little more sea salt to the avocado and salsa mixture, and then just a squeeze of fresh lime juice. We have fresh juice.
I just lost the pit down the disposal.
I'm packaging all mine right now. Oh, that doesn't fit. Frick.
So one of the things, you guys know that we make nachos every Friday night. It's my fun thing to do for Margaux on Friday nights. But one of the things I do, even though the pit thing isn't wide scale, I clean the pit off completely. So it looks pretty.
I've never noticed that he did that.
Okay.
There's so much love in those nacho fries.
It is, I'm telling you.
There's a lot of love.
We need another bag of this.
So everything is mostly clean. The other thing that we always make sure that we do is, before we get started with this, is make sure our dishwasher is empty so we can load it. Get 30
Oh, I didn't do that.
Yum. Guac.
Yours is so much prettier than mine. Your food.
All right, you guys, we have 6 minutes to get our veggies chopped. Can I wash veggies and you chop them?
I thought you already washed them, Mom.
Oh, yeah. I washed all the veggies that I was cooking with. I
Oh.
didn't wash these yet. You can just, I'll clean dishes too.
We'll clean dishes later. We're all set. So we've got the bean dip. We've got the salsa. The taco meat is all done. Did everyone see what that looks like?
Did you?
I showed it earlier.
Did you show the taco meat? Show
It's
everyone.
taco meat.
Because last time people were
How does
asking.
everyone like this whole streaming setup? How fun is it?
How fun is this?
You guys, I'm done. I beat you. Ha
Why does that not surprise me?
Ellie, that is so you.
That is so you.
Does that get us back to kindergarten when your teachers were telling you, you need to take your time?
On your test, you do not have to be the first person to turn your test in.
But I think it feels better when I am the first person.
Ellie, I think you're right.
Oh no, something
Sorry.
broke on Ellie's
I think
side.
you're right. All right, we're showing off our food.
Wait, we've got some veggies. We've got 5 more minutes.
You guys look, so
Let's
ignore
talk.
the bottom one is mine. That's all my food. There we go.
Oh, good job.
Look at, wow! Ellie,
Alibaba,
that
I'm
looks
proud of
amazing.
you.
I even cleaned my side. This is mine. This is
Ellie, can you take some stills of that and text them to me so I can?
how?
No, afterwards.
I'm literally like on the ground right now.
We are no Yeezys.
You guys would also hate this.
Oh, you're doing
Yeah.
I'm not.
you're doing the, like, be ready.
Cut that. So you guys, the veggies that we're cutting today are veggies that you're going to use in all the different combinations that you make with this food. Definitely, we want to see it on social media. So please hashtag
DFAM.
DFAM meal prep. There'll be 2 M's next to each other, and I want to see your faces in the picture too. So if you can hold the food up or show, your kids eating the food and enjoying the food, I want to see healthy food with beautiful smiling faces. Hashtag DFAM meal prep. I'll put that up. Steve's chopping the veggies. We just have a couple more veggies to chop, and then we are done. Let me get. How do you get that?
So working, I can make another drink.
And if you want today's recipes, you can. No, let me do this. You can text family to 616-344-4401.
You want Ellie's
And
drink recipes? Just hit her up on
You
Instagram.
guys want my personal phone number? Just kidding.
No.
No.
Where's our hashtag?
You guys, I'm so glad I made food because I do have to write a 20-page paper tonight, so that's not going to be exciting.
What is it about?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say it if it's what it's about. I got a little bit censored.
Well, let's.
So it's not. So I am a women's studies major, and my focus is on sexuality. And it's a journalistic essay, and I got a bunch of people that I got to interview who are like huge proponents in the industry that I am focusing on. So I'm really excited about it because their opinions on their industry during the pandemic is very interesting, and I think it's interesting personally, and I think everybody should be interested in it.
I'm proud of you. You got some major voices in
I
that.
got huge voices, and I'm so shocked. I didn't realize how easy it is that social media like allows us to get closer and closer to people who are like really interested in the same topic as us, or that like it's just really cool how easy it was for me how excited people were to actually want to interview with me.
Right? Well, I think it's good that you're trying to help women.
I think it's going to be a really good essay.
Stay healthy and be empowered.
Okay, I had some chopped celery from the pictures that I took, so we put that out. You guys, we did it. It is 6:59. If you remember, we took about 5 minutes to get started. Ellie's already having her post meal prep cocktail.
Mine doesn't look nearly as pretty as theirs, but it'll do the job.
Check out all of this food that we created. You can do the same thing.
It's so easy.
So simple, Ellie. Please, we're having some comments. Oh, Sonia Rodriguez didn't know about the stem part. Yeah, so you'll have to pull the end out and just look. Ours, the end was out already. So pull the end out and just make sure that it's still a little green, not brown. Yes, the pit and lime helps it not to oxidize. And the guacamole is so good. Steve showed you all of the food done. We're cleaned up behind.
Guys, we did it.
We did it. Steve has his cocktail. I'm going to have my water. We put this in the...
Fun.
We had fun.
Mrs. Fun.
Mom, I think you'd like this cocktail. It's really good. I'll make it for you when I come home.
All right, guac.
You guys, it's 7 o'clock. I want to see what you do with this food this week. Show us show us pictures of you guys making it. Show us pictures of you and your family enjoying it. We want to get more families making healthy food. It's better for your health. It's better for your bank account. Oh, let's talk about our progress on our financial goals. Each one of us set a financial goal that we are going to achieve with working very hard, but also meal prepping and not, we're budgeting our money properly. So Steve and I are 0.026% to goal.
Bam.
Teddy is 1%. Teddy wins with 1% to goal. Ellie, do you want to check in?
So currently, the restaurant industry is not doing well right now, so I am not to goal yet, but we're working on it. We got things going, and this meal prep will probably help with budgeting this week for food because I've not been good with that, and this is going to be really
That
beneficial.
is the plan.
That's right. You guys, there's going to be weeks where you see it not go up for us, the percentage not go up. You're going to see weeks where maybe it just goes up 0.026%, but the idea is that it's going to keep going up.
But also it's good because everybody goes through struggles and we can't constantly be going up. You're going to have, it's not going to be a straight line up. We're going to have up, down, up, down, up, downs. And that's what real families do. You always constantly have up, downs, and that's what real people do. So it's really beneficial to see real people doing real things and earning real money.
Yes, exactly.
Amen, sister.
That's exactly it. So I want everyone to understand that. And I'm encouraging everybody to set your own goals with your family or with your significant other. Set your financial goals. Commit to this meal prepping with us on Sundays. And it's going to take time, and we're going to have a lot of great food, a lot of good times together in the process.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, Teddy's going to do it, and we're going to
She's gonna be there. So maybe I'll come in and heckle.
Teddy will be home. So we decided that maybe Stevie and Ellie can jump on and just heckle. That's all we're going to do, which might be the best one so far.
And
maybe I'll be able to speak the whole time, so you guys can hear just me because that's important.
There you go.
And Teddy and Steve and I are going to be getting ready for Thanksgiving. So you can look forward to some really, really amazing, because they are tried and true, family tested, DFAM approved.
Oh, are you guys making cranberries?
Are we making what?
Cranberries?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
So good. All right, you guys, please like, comment, and share. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. If you're not watching this on YouTube, go over to YouTube and subscribe. You want to make sure that you're up to date on everything that we do. Let us know what recipes you want to see. Let us know if you made that financial goal with your family. Is there anything else that you guys want to say before we wrap?
No, that was awesome.
All right.
Thank you, Ellie. You did such a good job.
You did such a good job.
Sorry, hopefully next time you guys can hear me more. I will maybe get AirPods.
Maybe.
And you guys, we have one last thing that we need to say. Viva Rodrigo on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Viva Rodrigo!
All right, you guys. Good night. Take care.
Good night, you guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye, Alibaba. Love you.